for wins like this? This is winning.
This win mean that this ain't the same Detroit. I keep reiterating that, bro. Like, from the joint practices to all the other practices, winners know what winners look like. This team was full of winners. And being on teams that's been successful, I'm just happy to be a part of guys who want to play ball and go out there and get a W. No matter what, who out on the field, what's on the clock, who on the other side, these guys gonna fight. Shit, we all gonna fight.
Woodward Sports Network. Thanks to everybody watching live on YouTube right now. We appreciate you. Share the show with your friends. Tell them about Woodward Sports Network and subscribe as we move towards 50,000 subscribers on this platform.
Yeah, 100%. Just excited just to hear him talk about the game, talk about this isn't the same old Lions. Like, this is true. This is also great to hear that the Lions, they pay attention. They hear everything. They talk it in. They analyze it, and they store that data. So, no, this isn't the same old Lions. They got that. Go ahead.
No, I was just – and they proved that last night. You know, you talk about these different moments in the game, guys, and we've hit on it a little bit. A 3rd and 17 play late in the first half. Mahomes gets it, scores a touchdown. Just like you think you're going to that, it's 3rd and 17, 7-7. You think you're going into the half. Maybe you can get the ball back and maybe get down and kick a field goal, take the lead heading in. But no, boom, boom, just like that. Mahomes 3rd and 17, first down, touchdown. And it's 14-7 at halftime. Kansas City gets the ball back in the third quarter. How many people at that point had a bit of a collective gasp? At that point, we all just kind of thought you sit there and you know what's going to happen. But no, they come out, Lions defense 3 and out, and then the next series, I believe it was, where they get the pick 6 from Brian Branch. Moments like that just change the way you feel about a team, and that moment in particular was huge. Tom Brady, talk about that middle 8. The last 4 minutes of the second quarter, the first 4 minutes of the third quarter. Tom Brady said if you can own that middle 8, you will win more than you will lose. And, man, you thought Kansas City was on their way to doing that, and then, boom, Brian Branch punched him in the face.
By the way, Brian Branch, coached by Dre Bly. He looks like Dre Bly in that 32. Does he not?
He does.
I swear he reminds me of Dre Bly to the T. At least the way he looks in his uniform and the way he floats on that field. And that's a compliment from me.
Dre Bly wouldn't tell you this, but I will. Brian Branch is a little faster than Dre Bly. I love Dre, but Brian Branch is a little faster. Look, for the people that don't want to hear this, and for the people that do, look, it wasn't perfect last night. 100%, the game was not perfect. You heard Dan Campbell say he wanted to clean some things up, things that I would be thinking about. The offensive line didn't look as dominant as they should. For Chris Jones not to be playing, and for them to be one of the best offensive lines in the league, I need David Montgomery to average more than 3.5 yards a carry. They need to clean that up. Secondary looked a little confused at times. Patrick Mahomes had some open throws and missed some throws because of the receivers. Looked like there was some miscommunication at times. Ben Johnson's offense last night, to me, didn't look like it really had the identity. Rusty. Like they were struggling. Like, you know what? Hey, let's run the ball a little bit. All right, now let's pass the ball too much. They couldn't find the groove. With all that said, I'm glad that it happened in game 1 of the year. They're still trying to figure out who they are as an offense. They're trying to get Jahmyr Gibbs acclimated. In 6 weeks, they have to get another player acclimated to the system. Sam Laporta, how does he fit in with the other tight ends? They're new. They're figuring it out. They're going to get better. If this was week 9 and the game would have looked like that, I would have been disappointed in Detroit Lions. It would have been one of those situations where I said they got the win, but they played horrible. Ryan, it's at the beginning of the year. They beat the Kansas City Chiefs in Arrowhead, man, not playing their best football, not having one of their best weapons. It's a damn good win for the Detroit Lions. They will fix those things. It wasn't perfect by any means, but for what they did, the 9-play drive at the end, making the interception for a touchdown, they made the plays when they needed to make them. That is a damn good win.
Let's face it, the play of the game was early. The fake punt inside your own 20.
The cojones.
Are you kidding me? Are you effing
change the game.
kidding me?
No.
And to see Andy Reid's facial expression, did this guy really just do that? And then to see their special teams coach jumping all over the place. That, to me, they go down and score. Without that, we don't know what kind of game this is. It just shows
That's
you
real.
the confidence and the love that this guy has for this team. And the other quick one, they pulled the Tom Brady, 3rd and short. What did they do? Run up to the line, no huddle. Run up to the line, snap it, Jared Goff, right up the middle, 1st down. That's a Tom Brady play.
Can I go back to this fake punt call?
Please.
There's not a head coach in the league other than Dan Campbell that makes that call. Not one other head coach in the NFL makes that call, and that is part of what makes Dan Campbell pretty special.
What,
Yes.
what about the guy on the other sideline that went for it on 4th and 25?
I know.
at the
That was
20?
crazy.
What the hell?
I think he was broken by that.
No, I know what he was trying to do.
I mean, he made a 3rd and 17.
The
And
throw
he's-
was there. Sky Moore missed it.
Yeah, and he's got Patrick Mahomes,
Yeah.
and you know what he's also got?
Disrespect for the Lions.
He's also got the officials. I mean,
He's hoping for a flag.
He's hoping for a PI.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a
He's
good
hoping
call.
for a PI or a defensive hold, 5-yard penalty, automatic 1st down.
Yeah.
He's hoping for something in that
You're right.
position because you talk about the Lions' offensive line play. I saw them wearing Kansas City down at the end of the game. It was almost like a rope-a-dope a little bit.
Yeah,
He
facts.
did not want to give that ball back to Detroit and have them run the football, and 1 first down ends the game. He knew that defensive line could not compete with Detroit's offensive line that late in the 4th quarter.
Yeah.
Lions O-line wore them out last night.
After the last
Good
drive,
call.
but not the drives before that. They stalled the 4 drives before that. But that last drive, they definitely wore their ass out. You're absolutely correct. They didn't want to deal with the Lions because the Lions were cooking in a 4-minute offense. They would not have gotten the ball back. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Plus, he feels like, hey, if they score and kick a field goal, we have to go down there and get 8.
I mean, seriously, how many people thought that there was going to be a penalty called on 4th and 25?
Me.
I mean, I'm cringing.
Absolutely.
Forget about the ball falling incomplete. The very first thing I was doing was like looking for flags.
Yes.
Waiting for the yellow flag graphic to come
I'm
up.
looking
Oh.
every pass that's incomplete. I look for a flag.
I'll do you one better. The pick 6 by Brian Branch. I was looking for some type of defensive pass interference. I thought they were going to try to call something. I said, it's no way they keep this. Oh, wait, it's no flags. There's no laundry. They're keeping it. It's good.
Oh,
You're
my
absolutely
God.
correct. But I think the Lions are now in that league. When people, you got to listen to how the pundits talk about it, how the national media talks about you. They're one of those teams now. They're going to start getting some of those calls, right? Or at least they won't be called against them.
Guys, let me tell you about the Lions Insiders. Want the latest information on the Lions? The Lions Insiders have you covered. Shows twice a week. Gabrielle D. Phillips, Matt Broder, and the legend Terry Foster bringing the latest news and breakdowns. Tuesday mornings from 7 to 8. Sunday mornings from 8 to 9. Lions Insider Show, your first stop for game day. Check them out on the Woodward Sports YouTube channel. Can we stick with Dan Campbell for 1 minute? Because whether it was the fake punt call, whether it was the 4th and 2 call, going forward on 4th down that late in the game, clock management at the end of the game and at the end of the first half. Guys, I thought Dan Campbell really improved yesterday. And clock management is one of the areas that we wanted to see him get better. I thought he had a really nice game. And again, you know, Patrick Mahomes can beat you with 13 seconds. He can beat you if he's got it at the 17-yard line, if he's got it at the 50, or if he's got it at his own 2. It doesn't matter where Patrick Mahomes has the ball. I mean, I didn't expect that call, but after seeing that, it tells his team 2 things. 1, we have got to be bold to win this game in this building tonight. And 2, I believe in my defense.
Yeah.
I believe in my defense, that my defense can bail me out and perhaps hold them to 3 points if I go for it here. And that's exactly what he did. And I think you got to give Dan Campbell all the credit. He called a great game.
Yeah, I think he called a great game. I think he called a really good game. I think it was a confident game. I think he was confident in his play sheet. I think he was confident in the first 15. I think he was confident in the trick plays that they had and the shots they were going to take. I think he was confident in his week of practice. And I think he was confident in his guys. You know, you just watch the way they play. Like, the confidence levels was with those guys all game yesterday.
You know, you talk about that confidence. Here's Dan Campbell afterwards. He was asked a question, what did you learn about your team tonight?
What did you learn about this team?
I didn't learn anything. I got verification on what I already knew. And this is a resilient team. It already was a resilient team, and we added pieces to that resilient team. So we're built to handle some stuff, and And we did that today against a very good opponent.
I didn't learn anything. I got verification. When I heard that comment last night, I said that was the one.
That was actually good. You're like, oh.
I said that. I said that's the one. That's the comment. He said I already knew my team was resilient going into the offseason, but we added a couple pieces. He believes in this team to win the Super Bowl this year, and the crazy thing is they believe it too. They believe it too. And yeah, people are going to say this, that, and the third. Man, that team went there and won and is hungry. And they're going to go back to the drawing board. I really believe that's the best part of this Lions team. I think it's the humility. I think it's the fact that they win a game, they're right back to the drawing board. They win a game, they're right back to practice on Wednesday and trying to implement first down and go. So it's going to be fun to watch this team, but they are definitely not buying into we already have arrived. They're like, yo, we got one win. They didn't believe in us, so what? Knock them off the list. Now it's on to Seattle, which you said, man, it's a revenge tour.
You bet.
So this is if they beat Seattle,
they will.
I think they beat. I think they don't lose for a while, and even including going to MTN Bank Stadium against the Ravens.
I had them starting the season out 6-0. I'll gladly remind everybody.
This is true. I have 5-1.
I will remind you of this. They are 9-2 in their last 11. All right. So who says last year doesn't come into this year? It sure looks like it did. 9-2 in their last 11.
Bray, you're the professional athlete of the group.
Yeah.
We talk about this all the time, but when you play, everybody's got talent that's in this league. When you play with confidence, you're just a much better player. When you play with no confidence, you're Kadarius Toney. I mean, it's just.
By the way, he deleted his Twitter today.
I mean, it's a perfect illustration,
it's a rough
though.
place after a bad game.
But again, it's a perfect illustration. Kadarius Toney is a really talented player, but he's got zero confidence right now. And the Lions, conversely, have all the confidence. It's a stark difference of a player or a team that plays with confidence and one that doesn't. And what Dan Campbell, it's a long way to get to, Dan Campbell's belief in his team, you are a reflection of your head coach. 9 professional sports teams out of 99 out of 100 sports teams professionally, or even at a youth level, are a reflection of your head coach. And this guy just exudes confidence in his guys. It's hard not to play with confidence when he empowers you like that.
What you also see is Dan Campbell believes in every single one of the players on his team that are playing in the games. Like everybody in that game, Ryan, Dan Campbell believed in them to be in that game. Their teammates, the man next to him, like Dion said, that man next to him is a believer. They believed in each other, and you could see it in their face. Even when bad plays were happening, you still saw them together. You still saw them have their head up. They still had that moxie about them. You saw confidence in Patrick Mahomes last night, but you didn't see confidence in Patrick Mahomes and Sky Moore. You didn't see confidence in Andy Reid and Kadarius Toney. You didn't see confidence in some of the things that they were doing on defense. But the Lions and Dan Campbell had confidence in each other the whole entire game, every player and every coach. You can see the lack of confidence that Patrick Mahomes had in his fellow teammates. He was trying his hardest not to show you how upset and how frustrated he was, but he couldn't help himself because he was not confident in his team the way the Lions are confident in each other.
I'll say this, and I said it last night on the postgame show. If Travis Kelce is out, and he might be, they're not making the playoffs. They're not making the playoffs in the AFC. And you said it, Ryan. You said it when you were going through all your playoff predictions. You might have been ahead of the curve. They don't have enough talent around that guy. The running backs are mediocre. The wide receivers are less than that. The offensive line, okay, and you got the best quarterback in football. They're not the same team anymore. You see what happens. You saw what happened to the Rams last year. It happens. You win a Super Bowl. It happened to my Giants after they beat the Patriots. They didn't make the playoffs. It happens. Watch out for Kansas City to fall.
In no way, in no world is Kansas City gonna fall. Now they may not win their division, the Chargers, who I actually picked to win the division
You
this
did
year.
pick it, and I think that would be considered a fall, by the way, if they don't win the division.
Okay, it'd be a fall,
yeah.
but what I'm saying is, saying they're not making the playoffs, that's BS.
Well, I said if Travis Kelce doesn't
Yeah.
play.
Well, he's gonna play. He may miss another game or two, but he's still gonna play at some
Well,
point.
then if he plays, they'll make the playoffs.
You just said the Lions are, as of right now, the best team in the NFC. Well, they almost.
might be.
Oh no, I don't have.
Yeah.
No, I don't have a problem with that. Let me finish the rhetoric. KC almost beat them. They lost by 1 point. So if they're the best team in the NFC, then Patrick Mahomes is still going to get that team to playoffs. That's all I was saying.
Got more on the Lions.